And now, the general weather around Alaska.
Up first here, we've got hazardous weather, and kind of hard to see here, but right there in the greater Anchorage area, there's a flood watch out from 10 p.m. this evening until 10 a.m. Wednesday morning for possible flooding due to the incoming rainfall of the moderate to heavy variety coming through tonight. Again, it's just a watch for possible flooding in the Anchorage area. And from there, looking at the thunderstorm outlook for today, thunderstorms up into the Brooks Range and back into the Noatak Valley, down the northern Kuskokwim Valley, and almost down to about the eastern Alaska Range. And for tomorrow, that area kind of shrinks to the northeast part of the state up into the eastern Brooks Range areas, pulling north of Northway now, but Fairbanks still has a risk. And then for the next day, really pulls back just along the eastern border here from Northway or Tok right up across the Eagle there to well east of Arctic Village. And from there, looking at fire danger forecast for tomorrow for spruce, we've got high fire danger there in the Tanana Valley and high to very high fire danger over the Yukon Flats with some medium to isolated areas of high fire danger off to the west there, and also some medium fire danger over the central north slope. And from there, going to satellite imagery, you can see several areas of clouds here. First shot here showing an area pushing in across the Panhandle, another one here with a system coming up, quite an area of cloudiness here, kind of a trough back through here into a weak low there near Unalaska. Then the main low center of the next system right through here, putting this into motion. You can see this batch sliding off to the east there and toward the Panhandle, while this area kind of rotates northward, spreading rain in across south central Alaska, kind of making a pretty good jog to the northeast today after the early morning sunshine today over northern Cook Inlet. And the Susitna Valley, a lot of low clouds, but now that's getting overrun with precipitation here and drier up to the north with some clearing and showers and thunderstorms over the Brooks Range into the eastern interior. On the chart today, there's that low southeast of Kodiak Island currently, about 1,002 millibars in the front, and of course precipitation sliding northward all the way across southern Alaska here with areas of rain on the increase. King salmon picking up about half an inch in the last 12 hours. Otherwise, Kodiak Island 1 to 2/10 of an inch. Lighter amounts on the Kenai Peninsula, the bulk of the moisture still off to the southwest. And showers and rain with this trough into the Panhandle. Showers, scattered thunderstorms over the interior here in the green shaded areas out to the Seward Peninsula. And then showers, areas of light rain, fog, and drizzle there with that trough over the southeast Bering Sea. Otherwise, high pressure, very light winds. North Slope, Arctic Coast, Chukchi Sea, all the Bering Sea, even into the Aleutians, light wind conditions. Same thing for southern Alaska here. And even the Panhandle, winds not much of a problem at all. And for the tonight forecast, still some low clouds, fog, and light rain possible for Adak and Atka. That's about it. Winds stay light, just westerly, maybe 10 to 15 or 5 to 15 miles an hour over the Bering Sea. Cold front beginning to approach the western Arctic coast, but won't be any effect until tomorrow. Could see some clearing over the central interior and diminishing showers and thunderstorms kind of shifting over toward the eastern Brooks Range tonight. Rain, periods of possibly moderate to heavy rain here across south central Alaska and North Gulf Coast, Prince William Sound. And wind and rain on the increase here for the central and north coast of the Panhandle, staying dry down to the south with some high pressure holding on. And then for tomorrow, low pressure here near the Kenai Peninsula weakening, trough right through here swinging across Kodiak Island. And you'll start to see the northwest winds on the increase when that trough passes with a little bit higher pressure out here building up over the southwest interior. A fair amount of clearing here, but showers diminishing throughout the day here, all of south central Alaska back to the western Alaska Range. Rain, though, for the North Gulf Coast, rain and showers over the northern Panhandle, scattered showers down to the south, and some rain and precipitation up into the eastern interior areas. And again, thunderstorms possible for the Brooks Range into the Yukon Flats. Periods of light rain, fog, and drizzle with that front as it pushes onto the Arctic coast there. And we'll see for the day on Thursday, That front kind of sags southward, pushes eastward, kind of a westerly flow here, so not much of a push southward, most of it off to the east. So that'll create quite an area of rain from the eastern Arctic coast across all the north slope back into the Noatak Valley. Some of that precipitation could get south of the Brooks Ranger into the northern Kobuk and Koyukuk valleys. Otherwise, sunny skies in the forecast here. Kodiak Island, mostly sunny Bristol Bay, up into the south central Alaska area, north or the Copper River Basin and Prince William Sound, mostly sunny, and that extends up into the eastern interior there. Showery over the southeast coast and a little cool, lower 60s for your highs. Next system down here to the south could bring some light rain late Thursday up to the eastern Aleutians, possibly. It looks like this next system may track off south of Kodiak Island and actually take a more easterly track right into the central coast of the Panhandle later in the week, and actually into the weekend there, and keeping it dry here over southern Alaska. And for the lows tonight, 40s and 50s everywhere around the state, except mostly upper 40s out over the Bering Sea and mid 50s for the Panhandle. And then the highs tomorrow, 70 to 75 here over the eastern interior in those normally warmer areas, Chalkyitsik, Fort Yukon, down toward Fairbanks, and then 60s cooling into the 50s out to the west and the Bering Sea. And it looks like mostly in the 50s, lower 60s, southern Panhandle, and 50s and 60s for the North Slope Arctic coast and into the Brooks Range. Lows the following morning, 40s to lower 50s, about sums it up for the entire state, followed by highs Thursday afternoon. 60s to lower 70s, the Sitna, Manuska Valley, maybe in the Kenai Peninsula. 78 with some northerly winds there at Seward possible. 70 for Valdez, so pretty nice conditions, dry and definitely warmer. A lot of sunshine here, south central Alaska into the Copper River Basin. Cooler up over the interior now, 60s, lower 60s for the Fairbanks area. 50s back to the west, and 40s and 50s for the Arctic coast, and then 50 to 60 for the North Slope, upper 50s to lower 60s for the southeast coast. And for the temperature outlook, kind of normal here in the western interior for the period of August 24th through 28th, above normal for the Copper River Basin, southeast interior, and the northern Panhandle, actually above normal all the way down to the south there, and just a little above normal Cook Inlet through the central interior up to the Arctic coast.